floating in the void between life and death, between light and dark, between cringe and cool. This is Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Good evening. Send your mind back to the year 1991. Dungeons & Dragons has been out, obviously, for quite a while now, and it's been about a decade since the Call of Cthulhu RPG was released. It's been about 2 years since the first edition of Shadowrun was released. There wasn't that much. Let's see. Of course, I immediately lose my place in my notes. So there's a lot going on in the tabletop RPG scene. We haven't seen the emergence yet of one of the most famous game lines, what would become known as the World of Darkness by White Wolf Publishing. At least I think it was still White Wolf at this point, who in 1991 released the first edition of the Vampire the Masquerade tabletop RPG. The premise of the tabletop RPG, this was around when urban fantasy type stories were at the peak of their popularity. Modern vampire stories, I think one of the biggest sources of inspiration was the film Lost Boys, which I think came out 5 years before the first edition of Vampire the Masquerade. But the basic premise is that players are newly arisen vampires living in the modern day world. And this game line became famous and infamous over the years. So much that in 2004, the company Troika, game development company who also made the game Arcanum of Steamworks and Magica Obscura, which I also intend to stream at some point, released this game, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, a somewhat nowadays obscure action RPG. It was actually built on a early version of the Source engine, the same one that Valve used to create Half-Life 2, which actually I think might have been released like on the same day as Bloodlines. Unfortunately, it was not quite as technically polished as Half-Life 2, and the game was pretty heavily panned for being extremely unstable and crash-heavy. Although I should point out I bought this version off of Good Old Games, and it has actually worked completely perfectly right out of the box. So they've pretty much ironed out all the kinks by now. So, and the game is kind of a cult hit nowadays, despite its technical and gameplay wonkiness. It has excellent world building and some actually consistently competent, occasionally quite good writing. And also it reached the news relatively recently, as there's a sequel now scheduled for 2020 sometime. So, without further ado, let's get started. Here we begin the character creation process, and of course we're going to do this thing that for some reason a lot of games from this early action RPGs like to do, have you answer a series of questions in order to decide what class you start as. I think they were worried that audiences at the time would not be that used to RPG mechanics. But we'll go ahead and humor the game and go through their questionnaire in just a second. Let me fix something here. False alarm. Alright, let's see here. While in a club, you spot your ex-roommate who skipped out after taking your stuff and leaving you with a stack of bills. He looks dead drunk. Yeah. So I mentioned this game is actually pretty consistently well written. That doesn't mean it's terribly deep. This is a game line known for that particular flavor of nerdy edginess, and the writing in Bloodlines really captures it. So let's just be a cool 14-year-old in the early 2000s and commit and just beat somebody up in public like a cool adult would. You're outbid at an auction for a macabre piece of art that you just must have. Sure, you know the collector who won it. You've even been to his house. I mean, the first option here is the only one that doesn't immediately seem like criminal or completely immoral, so let's go with that. What is the red spot? Was that like a convenience store that was around in 2004? Who cares? 3. You're stuck in traffic after a concert, and the guy behind you is laying on the horn. Your friends in the car are urging you to park the car and help them stick the dude's horn somewhere uncomfortable. Yes, let's take the sane option here. There's nothing cooler and edgier than giving in to peer pressure, right? All of these would be extremely bad ideas, honestly. Let's see, fist, knife, or gun. Alright. Whatever. Now this feels more like one of those questionnaires you'd get upon completing some sort of a self-defense class, right? Okay, and this is the sort of questionnaire they'd give you after you complete your application to become some sort of forest ranger. Except neither of the answers are anything anyone would actually want to do. These are so transparently questions about what sort of video game RPG splat you're going to become as well. Let's see, are you an action-focused character or a stealth-focused character? Okay, the Bruja. Alright, I'm just going to skip through most of this. Actually, is there a way for us to go back? Whoop. Alright, let's just select which one we want to be, because I want to give us all a taste of the different vampire clans. So one of the innovations that the original tabletop RPG came up with was, because it took place in the modern day, there weren't really... there weren't really, like, character classes or RPG races you could go with. So they sort of expanded the lore of their vampires so that vampires are all members of different clans that sort of act like how elves and orcs and sorcerers and barbarians would. So let's see here. I'm actually most familiar with the second version, New World of Darkness, Vampire, the Requiem game instead of Masquerade, where they trimmed down the number of clans and tried to make them a bit more distinctive. Excuse me, folks. Where was I? Oh yeah, so in the original Vampire the Masquerade, they had a bunch of different clans who were somewhat more obscure, I think, and unfortunately we're not going to be able to play as my bros and maquettes. So let's see what options we actually have here. Bruja. Who are supposedly the more rebellious type of vampire. I think they're the warrior splat, who get bonuses to unarmed and are generally tougher. The gangrel, oh yes, so these guys are like the vampire werewolves as opposed to the werewolves, who would come out in a later game line. Though the thing with the original vampire, the original World of Darkness RPG is that the various splats, they eventually came out with games for playing werewolves and mages and more obscure things like mummies. But in the original old World of Darkness, these different supernatural creatures were not really well balanced against each other, which is one of the assuming everybody is eventually going to start playing together is one of the innovations the new World of Darkness came up with. So gangrel are basically vampires, except they can turn into wolves and control animals and such. They're not, other than that though, they don't seem that distinct from the Bruja to me. So what's next? We've got, oh good, the Malkavians. So, for a game released in the early 90s, inevitably they were going to have for their edgy modern RPG, one of the splats whose hat is that they're all crazy. And so the Malkavians are vampires who all have mental illnesses, which of course means they act wacky and stupid all the time, right? So in Bloodlines here, actually, that means that they do have actually have their own completely separate script for Malkavians, and unfortunately, it's actually pretty well written, just in terms of how funny it is. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna be going as the Malkavians for now. Oh yeah, another big gameplay change: the Nosferatu are a clan whose hat is that they are way more obviously inhuman than the other vampire splats. Fortunately, they get powers that allow them to hide very easily. But according to the lore, that also means that they are not allowed to speak directly with regular humans, because that would reveal that the secret vampire society exists. And to the game's credit, it actually manages to create a sort of separate sub campaign almost, that runs parallel to the regular one, in order to accommodate the fact that your Nosferatu character can't actually speak with most regular humans, and therefore would miss out on most of the side quests. So maybe that's something we'll check out later, but unfortunately, the Nosferatu campaign also has you spending a huge amount of time in the sewers, which are not that interesting compared to the rest of the above-ground city. So I don't think we'll be going with the Nosferatu for now. So Toreador, their hat is that they are the beautiful, fancy vampires. Look at this guy. Just look at him. And maybe we'll go with the Toreador, actually. They're not too bizarre gameplay-wise. But they're one of the two social-focused splats that you can choose to play as. They're also the clan you want to go with if you are interested in being as angsty as possible all the time, to be frank. Which, I mean, I'm not going to knock that. That sounds like a lot of fun. But let's have a look at the Tremere. Look at this guy. So the Tremere are the... Like I said, the Bruja are kind of like the warriors of the vampires. The Tremere are the wizards of the vampires. They get access to thaumaturgy, which gives them a series of spells that they can use. I don't actually know how that translates in the in Bloodlines here in the actual game. But they also have a very cool female model here. You can tell she knows magic because she's wearing Matrix sunglasses at night. And then lastly, we have the Ventru. Oh yeah, so the Ventru are the other social splat. They are ostensibly the nobles and upper echelons of vampire society. And the male model has an excellent face. Actually, I think I'm going to go with the Ventru for this first playthrough here. One of their so their powers are more overt than Toreador's in terms of how they interact with people. They're the ones with the mind control powers and such. And they have... Most of the clans have some sort of drawback to them, some sort of weakness they have to compensate for. The Ventru are the ones who are actually kind of more... who are probably the most set back in terms of the actual RPG game mechanics, because they're limited in how they can get blood from various sources. Like they can't get blood from draining rats, and I think they get less from drinking from quote-unquote lower-class people, which is actually kind of an interesting hat for them to have. I think in the an interesting hat for them to have, and I like the idea that vampires would be limited by this kind of idea they have about classes and their perception of their place in society. So yeah, let's go with Ventru. And because I'm streaming right now, I have lost all ability to think creatively. So let's just call him Vlad. Oh yeah, and I like how your actual upgrade sheet here is actually referred to as your sheet, indicate referencing how this originally was like a tabletop RPG. So you'd have your actual physical character sheet printed out. Now let's see here. What powers do Ventru have again? Oh yeah, so they've got Dominate, which I think its main purpose is to unlock new, what would you call it? New dialogue system options, because you can just mind control people into giving you what you want. But there are apparently also ways to use it in combat, so that might be interesting. They've also got Fortitude, which I think every point you spend in Fortitude is just... it's not a power you have to activate, you just are more resistant to damage because of your undead nature. And they've also got Presence, which is, I think comes up in some dialogue system options as well as Dominate. But it also allows you to activate a power that just debuffs everybody around you. So they're actually a little bit... with Fortitude and Presence and everything, Ventrue are actually pretty good as a combat splat, which actually one of the criticisms of this game is that by the end of the main quest you're going to be doing a lot of combat, even though it was it's also possible to build your character for social and stealth. So we'll see if we can't build our character for social stuff. But if all else fails, I can just turn on God mode, so I'm not too worried about that. So let's see what the game wants us to auto-spend on. Actually, let's boost up our Presence by 1 instead of Dominate. Hopefully I won't come to regret that later. And let's go with Melee because I believe that's more useful at the start of the game. Let's see, Computers lets you hack computers. Finance lets you sell stuff better, I guess. Investigation lets you notice small details. Scholarship actually increases your persuasion as well, so I guess everybody in the world of darkness can appreciate an intellectual type. I also like how appearance is considered a attribute. That was something you see in a lot of older RPGs like this. So I believe the general way this game works is you've got your attributes, which are like your strength, dexterity, stamina, all these things. And then you've got your abilities, and then you've got your disciplines, which are like vampiric powers. But then you have your feats, which indicate how good you are at certain abilities, like lockpicking, haggling, intimidation, and those feats are usually generated by adding your attribute to a specific ability. So, for example, your melee combat skill is a combination of your melee skill and your strength. So, without further ado, let's get started. Surprise!
Good evening. My fellow kindred, my apologies for disrupting any business or interfering with prior engagements you may have had this evening. It's unfortunate that the affair that gathers us together tonight is a troubling one. We are here because the laws that bind our society, the laws that are the fabric of our existence, have been broken. As Prince, I am within my rights to grant or deny the kindred of this city the privilege of siring. Many of you have come to me seeking permission, and I have endorsed some of these requests. However, the accused that sits before you tonight was not refused permission. Indeed, my permission was never sought at all. They were caught shortly after the embrace of this child. It pains me to announce the sentence, as up to tonight I considered the accused a loyal and upstanding member of our organization. But as some of you may know, the penalty for this transgression is death. Know that I am no more adjudicator than I am a servant to the law that governs us all. Let tonight's proceedings serve as a reminder to our community that we must adhere to the code that binds our society, lest we endanger all of our blood. Forgive me. Let the penalty commence.
The penalty is anime.
Which leads to the fate of the ill-begotten progeny. Without a sire, most childer are doomed to walk the earth never knowing their place, their responsibility, and most importantly, the laws they must obey. Therefore, I have decided that...
This is bullshit!
If Mr. Rodriguez would let me finish. I have decided to let this kindred live. They shall be instructed in the ways of our kind and be granted the same rights. Let no one say I am unsympathetic to the plights and causes of this community. I thank you all for attending these proceedings, and I hope their significance is not lost. Good evening.
Being a vampire ruins your posture, it seems.
Your sire, tragic, my apologies. But you see, there is a strict code of conduct that all of us must adhere to if we wish to survive. When anyone breaks these laws, they undermine the well-worn fabric of our centuries-old society. Understand my predicament. Allowing you to live makes me directly responsible for your subsequent behavior. So, what I'm offering is not generosity, but the opportunity to transcend the fate woven by your sire. This is your trial. You will be brought to Santa Monica. There you will meet an agent by the name of Mercurio. He will provide the details of your labor. I've shown you great clemency. Prove it was more than a wasted gesture, fledgling. Don't come back until you do. Good evening.
Vampires hide from both mortals and themselves. It's charming, this game. Oh, thank you for telling me how to use a basic interface there. But yeah, welcome to the undead afterlife of Vampire the Masquerade. Apparently one of the reasons that Troika decided to go with that early build of the source engine was because they had that good facial animation and facial animation technology. But, well, we've seen what they did with that, so hey, what do you know? Also, think of cartoon characters you've liked in the past. Just sort of ruminate on that for one moment before we step out of the into the alleyway here. Just think of cartoon character voice acting performances that you have heard in your time, which you appreciated.
What a scene, man! Woo-wee! Then they just plop you out here like a naked baby in the woods. How about that? Look, kiddo, it's probably a lot for you to take in, so, why don't you let me show you the ropes? What do you say?
So, did you think of Bender or Jake the dog? Yes, this is, this character here is Smiling Jack, who was, in fact, played by John DiMaggio. And he's kind of a highlight of the game's voice acting performances. We'll be seeing a lot more of him.
I'm Jack. What's important is I'm offering help. You make it back from Santa Monica with your hide and we'll trade life stories, okay? Till then, I got about this much time. You in or out?
What happened in there?
Don't worry, kiddo, you'll adjust. I'd love to explain it all, but time's a wasting. You want some help or what? All right. Why don't we, step out back here? Christ, it's stuffy in there, huh? This is much better. Now, we ain't got much time, but I figure somebody should fill you in on the bare bones stuff at least, you know. Could save your hide. You look wobbly. You even had a drink yet?
Nobody's used the V word yet. We might not know what he's talking about here. But let's just go with no.
Oh, man, we're popping a cherry here. Ha, ha, ha. Oh, you're gonna love this. All right, check it out. Blood, it's your new rack of lamb, your new champagne. Blood, your new fucking heroin, kid. Get ready, though, because, hey, it's never as sweet as the first time.
I hope he got paid a lot for this.
Well, down around the corner there, I saw this human. Poor SOB can't find his car. Alright. You go down there, casual like. You creep up on him, then bare those little fangs and feed. Don't worry if you weren't captain of the wrestling team or something, because it'll come so naturally you think you've done it 1,000 times already. Forget that comic book crap, kid. It don't work that way. Now go for it. Be sure, though, and this is important, so listen up. Be sure not to drain them dry, okay? It might be hard to resist, but don't kill them.
As a cool and edgy 14-year-old, I don't like being told who I can and can't kill. But let's just play along for now. So yeah, you got your health to the left and your blood to the right, and the feed button is easy to remember. It's the F key. Hey.
What's wrong?
Hi. Nice night, huh?
What's wrong?
Yeah. he'll be alright. I only drained 90% of the blood in his body. I'm not a doctor, but I'm pretty sure you can survive that.
Hell yeah, you're feeling it. I can see it in your eyes. You're a born-again predator. Feeling that blood bubbling inside you, lifting you up. That's it, kid. That's what it's all about right there.
Don't get your hopes up. Unfortunately, I don't believe there's any way you can wear a billowing vampire cape at any point in this game.
Alright now, you got the blood, you're feeling all kick-ass, feeling better than your best day living, but wait, it gets better. All kindred, that's our word for vampire. All kindred have a few things in common. Things that set them right square above humans on the food chain.
It wouldn't be a White Wolf game without lots of very important capital letter words that you need to learn.
Like sharper senses, a body that can take a beating, and if you play your cards right, eternal life. That's no sure bet, but still, a chance at immortality's not a bad deal. And that's just for starters. Fringe benefits for joining the club. Well, you can still be destroyed, but forget the books and the movies. Garlic, it's worthless. A cross? Pfft, shove it right up their ass. A stake? Only if it catches you in the heart, and then it just paralyzes you. Running water? That's no problem. I bathe. Occasionally. Now, a shotgun blast to the head. Oh, that's trouble, boy. Fire? That's real trouble. Sunlight? Well, you catch a sunrise and it's all over, kiddo. Get it?
And it wouldn't be vampire media if there weren't lots of digs at the way other vampire media choose to depict their completely fictional creature. But I'm sure we can remember this all.
Okay, now. The fuck is this?
Somebody's watching a gangster movie really loud.
Look, you get inside there, upstairs, meet up. Just go see what this is.
Yeah, Jack also has a habit of disappearing when you're not looking, which is kind of fun. I'm pretty sure these are actual bands that were active during the development of this game. Actually, I know a bunch of bands actually contributed. I think Lacuna Coil was one of them. I don't really know that much about early 2000s goth rock, though. Oh yeah. Click E to open doors. This sounds like a pretty ordinary day in I think this is Los Angeles, right? Yeah, so 90s Los Angeles. I didn't have time to appreciate his walk cycle here. This is great. Yeah, the animations in this game are very chef finger kiss. Check out the stealth animations. Looks like he's trying to do the electric slide there. Now where were we?
down here. Stay away from the windows. Oh, it's a Sabbat raid. The Sabbat, they're, Christ, I was hoping to spare you this shit till later. The Sabbat, well, they're mostly mindless, bloodthirsty assholes. That's all you need to know for now, alright? The Sabbat got wind of the gathering here, so they figured they'd raise a little hell and put a little heat on the new prince.
Oh yeah, remember Prince LaCroix? Another one of the highlights of the game. He's just so wonderfully hateable.
No time for political rundown. Job one, get out of here alive. Sabbat might be mindless, but they hit like a Mack truck, like raging savages. Nothing a fledgling like you wants to mess with.
Whoop, possible stream issue. Test, test, 1, 2. False alarm. Still getting used to this stuff.
Shh, shh. Heads up. Back away. Dumb, frenzied Sabbat bastards. Alright, we gotta vamoose out the back quick. I'll stay and keep a watch out. You get us into the office. The door's around the corner here.
The edgier and more self-serious the game becomes, the better it is when characters like, I think that guy's called the Sheriff, show up. I have a feeling our undead Chad character here will actually not stand out too much. Anyways, this is a tutorial about the lockpicking. There isn't actually a lockpicking minigame, it's just, if you look at your sheet here, you've got a lockpicking stat, so when you try to pick a lock open, you have to wait a moment, and then if your lockpicking stat is higher, your lockpicking feat is higher than the lock's rating, then it opens, otherwise it doesn't. So, let's see here. Oh, what nice nails we have. Oh, hey there.
Shortcut. Well, nicely done, though. Not exactly an angel in life, were you? Cool. Now, if you want a lesson on how really not to act, take notes from those Sabbat assholes. You're a big bad vampire. Yeah, great, congrats. Now keep it to yourself. You go roar and you beat your chest, and that's what you could expect.
If you wanted to know this game's demographic, there it is right there.
It's the same reason you don't let humans see you feeding. It's why the wolf doesn't want the sheep to know he's there. It's also why you don't go juggling dumpsters or outrun the 815 from Sacramento, and it's why you didn't know any of this when you woke up this morning.
God, John DiMaggio is doing such a good job of selling all this incredibly stupid crap.
Keep our secret secret, and you make things easier on all of us. We're living in the age of cell phone cameras. Fuck-ups ain't tolerated. Makes sense enough, right? Well, it ain't a casual thing for a fledgling like you. That party back there with the guy in the suit and the McGilla gorilla? The assholes that put your sire to death? That's the Camarilla. They make a tidy business out of enforcing vampire laws like this one.
I can already tell if I suggest that the Camarilla are the vampire good guys, I will be treated to a lecture about how there are actually no good guys and bad guys in this world because everything is dark and edgy and blah blah blah. So let's just go let's just go along with it for now.
Alright, now don't worry, because I know the area a little, and you know what? I'm glad we're in this situation, you and I. It illustrates a point. You gotta utilize your surroundings. You do what you gotta do. Theft, destruction of property, breaking and entering. These will be the least of your sins before the night's out. So look around here. We gotta get out the back there through that magnetically sealed door. There must be a key someplace.
I will break any law you ask of me, John DiMaggio. But first a 2-minute break here. Here we go. Sorry about that, folks. Dang, I really missed the chance to do some sort of Vlad Chad pun in our character's name by calling him Chadamir. Anyways, yeah, here's another. I think this must be a real band or something. I have no idea, though. For some reason we don't have the option to pick this. But we can have a look at this note here. That seems like a very normal password to have. Have there ever actually been, like, PCs that you can use to control safes and that's, like, their only purpose? Well, let's have a look here. I like this sort of, fake command line interface they created for these computers. Now we saw the password up there, but let's see what happens when we try to hack it. Hey, what do you know? So that must mean our hacking skill was high enough, but I don't think we, unlike, say, Deus Ex or whatever, I don't think we get XP just for hacking stuff. So, in the future, if we find the password, we'll just enter the password. Whole safe just for this one key card.
There we go. Now take that keycard and head out the back. I'll meet you out in the alley there. I'm gonna check out things from topside.
Now hold on, we have to cover our tracks, right? There we go. Oh, what a nice night. Oh, dear. Oh, we got raked by bullets there a bit.
Fucking waste of unlife, these Sabat Vatos. You get winged? Hey, look at them potholes. Those will close up soon enough. Better feed, though. There's someone down the stairs here. It's not the freshest catch, but he'll do.
I mean, yeah, strictly speaking, blood is just blood, but we've got this whole class system, apparently. Though I like the implication that it might all be psychosomatic or something.
Well, when it comes to feeding, it's quality blood you're looking for, not the quantity. Bums and lowlife don't pack the same punch that a healthy, well-bred human will. Juice bags with a pedigree. That's the good stuff, but you gotta take what you can get. You ever had a PhD, kid? Ooh, that's good stuff.
If you say so. I like the implication that just getting a degree would make my blood magically have more unspecified mystic energy in it.
Remember what I said, though. Don't kill them. At least not the innocent ones. You're a monster now. Make no mistake. One of the damned and the fallen. You need to hold on to every last shred of humanity you have.
Let's say, hypothetically.
An innocent's an innocent. You kill one, even a worthless bum, even by accident, and it's gonna cost you a piece of your own humanity. Bring you closer to that beast you got welling up inside you.
Thank you for explaining the game concepts very diegetically for me. Yes, let's hear more about the dark beast inside of our horrible undead corpus.
The beast, it's always there. It's waiting to take over. When it does, it's like a wild animal wearing your skin. Desperate, scared, reckless. He'll do anything to survive, and it's you that has to deal with the consequences.
In what world does not being able to kill anyone at all feel that restricting, though?
I said innocent humans. If some asshole levels a 12 gauge your way, you drain him, skin him, and bash in his skull. Self-preservation is a vital part of humanity, after all. My favorite part, in fact. The only way to fight the beast is to keep in touch with your humanity, and don't go hungry. It's a fine line. All right, now go feed. Careful, though. He's gonna drain fast.
hard to not be amused at all the references to biting and feeding on bums that this game will have. Now I haven't seen the mechanic where you throw up if you feed on somebody who is too low life as a Ventru, so let's see if we can't make that happen. Oh, I forgot about that sound cue that plays during all this chaos when you first reload it. No? Guess it's not scripted to happen right now.
Not quite as good, huh? Eh, you can do worse. There's some rats down the way. You think I'm kidding? You can survive feeding on animals if you can stomach that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, Ventru can't actually feed on rats.
Just couldn't bear it, huh? Ah, it's okay. Polite kindred society looks down on that kind of thing anyway. Keep it down. Got someone around the way here. Not too much of a threat by himself, but you never know if there's more in shouting range. You're gonna have to sneak past.
Oh good, time to learn about the stealth mechanics in this game.
The building across from us with the garage door, there's some double doors on the far side. I'll meet you inside. Just stay low and stick to the shadows, and don't let him see you. All right, go.
Oh yeah, the stealth meter. Actually, let's see what happens when we try and feed on a rat. Nope, just didn't get anything. There he is. So let's have a look at these excellent sneaking animations. Oh yeah, we do have a bit of a light gem going on there. And I guess that number up there must actually be the distance out of 100, which is an odd way to do it. Or maybe that's just the total light level. Maybe like the chance of being discovered? Oh, he's gonna see us. Yeah, thief, this is not. Okay. We did not get the stealth kill animation there. Oh, guess that didn't work. You will hear that scream as many times as it takes. Hey, look what we got.
Sabat are going all out. Better head underground, avoid straight bullets. Alright, head down into the basement through the grate in there. Keep that tire iron handy. I'll be there in a minute. Go on. I'll be right here. Not sure what's going on. Sounds like the Sabat's getting scattered. I'm gonna keep an ear to the ground. Be careful going forward here. Could be a whole mess of them holed up.
I do like how vampire enemies just sort of disintegrate into skeletons. Skeleton is a much classier and more classic type of undead, in my opinion. Oh yeah, now we learn about disciplines. So, blood buff lets us trade... How does this work? Let's us trade a bit of our blood point meter in order to... I think it actually maxes out. Yeah, it maxes out our physical stats, which boosts our lockpicking and everything quite a bit. So yeah, that lock had a difficulty of 3. We would normally not be able to use it. Pick it open. Oh, so you do have to activate Fortitude. see here.
I think they're clearing out. There's no need to go stirring up the hornet's nest till we know the score, though. Head through here. You'll come to an elevator around the way. Meet you there. Don't let them catch you.
If I'm not there in 10 minutes, call the president. Yeah, there is some decent writing in this game. I wouldn't call it witty, but it's close enough to be funny. I don't know what the quicker way to flip through your disciplines is. Let me check my key bindings really quick. See how this works. No? Well. Okay, I've got Trance and Fortitude under 5, or 6 and 7. But that's not that useful when I'm trying to quickly flip through them. Let's see here. Why are there no... well, anyways. Oh, I see. It's a completely separate submenu. Okay, yeah, they were kind of struggling with the old source engine there. So if we put blood buff here, or rather, okay, that actually works. So, let's show off our magnificent Chad vampire presence to this guy. Oh dear, we have to be stealthy. No, it won't let us take out this guy. Oh well. Oh, come on. Oh yeah, and we can also use these great old stealth mechanics. Why would there just be a bunch of sardine tins there?
Fucking humans. Gangbangers protecting their turf. Oh, man. I'm here thinking it's Sabat moving up in here. It's the fucking locals about to take one for the hood. They probably seen too much. Here, take this 38. Fucking pea shooter, but a few shots in it will take down a human. Well, I'm gonna want it back, so don't go die and lose it. I don't use guns much. They're noisy, they're clumsy, practically useless against vampires, but still, a kindred's gotta keep up with the times. And in modern-day Los Angeles, that means coming strapped. Well, you know, some are more lethal than others, of course. Watch out for those shotguns. Ouch, those things can smart, I tell you.
I love how we can say I hear you as if before this point where we became a vampire, our character has at some point been shot by a shotgun and can emphasize with Jack here.
Head up and clear out what's left of them. Can't have them running their mouths about any of this. I'm gonna make sure there's no stragglers around outside.
So our ranged combat is 1 because I took away that 1 dot we have because I believe firearms, because I believe melee tends to be more useful. Although since, as we can see here, ranged combat is linked to perception, which we also can't boost with blood buff, I don't think we're going to be making use of firearms too often, but we'll see. What does the game have to say about our new revolver here? Cheap small caliber handgun. Yeah, the 38 gets a bad rap. I mean, it's still used by a lot of police agencies, so I don't know. Well, let's equip it. And miss a lot. I think we still can't eat rats, right? Oh, that does cause the camera to panic a bit. Well. Oh, the elevator. Now I like how we have basement and then G, like this is a European elevator that doesn't just have 1. Let me try that again. just so we can hear that again. I'll try not to save scum too much in this playthrough. So we can dominate. Fortitude makes us tougher. Now let's just use the gun.
Ah! Freeze, motherfucker!
There we go. That wasn't too efficient, but whatever. I have a feeling just using trance is going to be our best friend.
That's it, kiddo. Just like that, and it's all over. Everyone slinks back to their corners of the city for the night. Until the next night, when the Camarilla finds some way to strike back. Parry, dodge, spin and all that, and so on, and so on, and so on. Well, to be honest, you came at an interesting time, let's say. The Camarilla, the Sabat. Now, in LA, these are the new kids on the block. There's already plenty of kindred at stakes down in
eyebrow
California
raise he
long
does
before
occasionally.
that. Now, we got every ancient kindred rivalry playing out all over the city. A lot of tension out there. A lot of fear. A lot of jittery, high-strung predators clinging to their little pieces of eternity.
That's kind of how I tend to react in most social situations, so yeah, let's go with that.
Oh, boy. Oh, I think they're looking for you outside. Guess you got a cab to catch. Was hoping to fill you in on a little bit more, but hell, you'll figure it all out.
And we don't have the option to hide or conveniently forget about the gun we borrowed from Jack, which, frankly, he's a bro. We're not gonna steal it from him.
If you make it back, stop in at the last round. It's this bar downtown here. I'll fill you in on the politics. Now that's the stuff that'll kill you. Good luck.
Nice animation there. So, thus exits Jack, but I don't think we've seen the last of him. Oh yeah, and we got some XP, which you don't really get levels. You just spend it directly to increase your stuff. And just like that, here we are through the tutorial and then the real game. Let's just see what it decides to auto-level us with. Well, I guess we can't actually buy anything with those two, so let's just bank them for now. And yeah, we'll take a 2-minute break here. And then get a little bit of the ways through the game before we call it a night. And we're back. And it looks like I do actually have a viewer. Hello there, if you're not a bot. I guess hello if you are a bot as well. I'm not going to discriminate like that. So, anyways, here we are in our little hacienda. It looks like we've boarded up some of our windows there, but not all of them. Which seems like a bad plan when you know that getting hit by sunlight will just completely detonate you. Which is always a vampire trope I never much got. Like, imagine a super powerful 1,000-year-old vampire rising from the grave after, 200 years and then just dying because nobody told him that daylight savings time exists. I like the sunlight inhibits the vampire's powers but doesn't actually hurt them trope a bit more. But let's have a look around. I wonder if that was like actually a CD cover or something. Or if it's just meant to be symbolic, because this is where a vampire sleeps and they've got a sunflower there. Oh hey, blood. A vampire juice box there.
Hello, LA. You're up way past your bedtime, aren't you? Hope you've slipped into something comfortable. I know I have. If you're new to town or just new to this whole radio thing, you're listening to The Dead of Night. The only girl who will spend the night with you and leave first thing in the morning, guaranteed. Well, looks like the boards are lighting up. Aren't I the popular one? Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Who will be the lucky caller? You've got the first shot at Deb tonight. So, who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
Hi, Deb. This is, Vigo.
Vigo? So, Vigo, why are you up so late?
I'm working the late shift here at the, yacht club.
Uh-huh. How many boats do you own, Vigo?
2. Actually 3. One is, in the shop.
I used to do a little yachting myself. What brand of yacht do you have?
You probably wouldn't know the brand. I, bought them in Italy.
Ah, la Italia bella. Parlate italiano?
Yes.
Arrivederci, Vigo. Caller 2, you're on The Dead of Night.
This is a very 90s looking radio here too. I like that. But yeah, there's lots of diegetic stuff like that to pick through. Really helps fill out the setting, even though the setting is literally just 90s, early 2000s Los Angeles. Oh yeah, the pill bottle, I think, is actually estrogen. Yeah. But as a vampire, I don't think that stuff really affects us. So it's mostly just there for... I think the pill bottles and some other stuff is just vendor trash. Is there a... what? Oh, a hidden toilet watch. Yeah, this is vendor trash as well. Good thing we're not one of those vampires who just sort of disintegrate if they get wet as well. Let's see what's on the television.
At Parasite Studios earlier tonight, witnesses say that they were shocked when the Negative Zero star emerged unscathed and apparently unfazed by his high-speed accident. Rivers' agent released a statement stating that Rivers' crash was due to a mechanical problem and that the studio is not pursuing legal action against Rivers for the trademark Gates destruction. Miraculously, this is the second crash Rivers has escaped unharmed in the last year. Our top story tonight, a derelict ship found floating 10 miles off the Los Angeles coast earlier this morning was towed into the port of Los Angeles a few hours ago. The ship was spotted around midnight by fishermen who contacted the Coast Guard after their attempts to hail the ship proved futile. Coast Guard officials are releasing very little information right now, but have identified the vessel as the Elizabeth Dane. No word as of yet as to the whereabouts of the crew, though the Coast Guard are asking any ships that had contact with the Elizabeth Dane to assist them in their search. We'll have more on this story as it breaks. In other news, an apparent third victim of the Southland slasher has prompted the closing of the Santa Monica Pier, where the body was found earlier tonight. Investigators say the scene closely mirrors those of slayings in Glendale and Long Beach. In both cases, the bodies of the victims were described as torn apart, though details are being withheld from the public at this time. Police urge anyone with information relating to this case to contact them. A massive gelatinous creature that washed up on the beaches of Providence, Rhode Island, has scientists scratching their heads. Found by a jogger early on Tuesday morning who says he smelled it a mile away, the mystery creature is thought to be some form of giant octopus, though marine biologists that have examined the monster have commented that they have never seen anything like it in the cephalopod family before. They speculate that it could be from a yet undiscovered family of sea creatures. Actor Ash Rivers is lucky to be alive after his car crashed into the gate at Parasite's...
A mysteriously empty ship drifting into port? Well, it's a good thing that nothing about that suggests vampire involvement. Also, why does the news anchor get his own...
pursuing legal action.
Get his own subtitles, but Deb, the radio lady, doesn't?
Hi, Deb.
Hello.
Anyways, let's have a look at what we've got here. Something from one M. Strauss asking us to visit them downtown. And of course he's given us directions a very cheesy and video gamey rhyming puzzle. So you know he'll definitely be worth our time to talk to him and not annoying at all. Yeah, the Tremere, remember, they're another one of the clans, one that we didn't actually choose, so I don't know what this guy wants to talk with us about, but I don't think we can get to downtown for a while. And a note from Mercurio, who I think we have mentioned is the Prince LaCroix's contact that we're looking to meet. Oh yeah, so the description for our wallet, it actually has different descriptions based on how much money we've got in it. And it says now we're so broke we can't even afford to pay attention. I definitely feel like that sometimes. So now we've got $100. So yeah, if you want the big bucks, you work for a ancient vampire conspiracy. Let's see here. I bet there are a lot of, like, hidden commands in this little fake command line interface I created. But I'll probably not find any. Let's check our email. Oh yeah, LaCroix Foundation Secure Intranet. So that guy we met earlier, that was Prince, the vampire Prince LaCroix. He doesn't really have the accent, but I think they mention later that he used to be a general under Napoleon. Oh yeah, Sunrise. From LaCroix, Contact you when you arrive in Santa Monica. Oh yeah, jokes about spam emails, something that was much more pertinent, I think, in the 90s, early 2000s. Kilpatrick's Crime Pewter. This Mercurio seems a lot more personable and agreeable than the prince he works for, so... This was from the era of games where characters would give you like actual in-game diegetic directions for how to get to their place. Because they didn't really just have, you know, like waypoint markers and everything floating everywhere. Which I can see how that's convenient, but I kind of prefer this way, actually. Lets you connect with the setting a lot better. Subject: the opening. From a friend. The game begins. A pawn has moved. So, in the couple of hours since we became a undead Lord of the Night, we have already been bossed around by a 1,000-year-old French vampire, and have received not one but 2 mysterious messages from mysterious individuals. That really bodes well, doesn't it? Like how some of these doors just flat out don't have knobs to indicate that you can never go through them. Gruesome remains yeah, let's have a look at our quests right now. So there were dead bodies at the Santa Monica Pier. Strauss wants to chat with us. But first, let's have a chat with this Mercurio fella. Oh yeah, 508 is actually, this is our inbox here, so there will be interesting stuff in here now and then. Let's have a look outside.
You got some change, mister?
Yeah, let's give the bum some... Our only options are to give this guy a bit of money or just tell him to fuck off.
That's very nice, thank you.
Consider that payment for services rendered. Oh. Oh man. Your body rejects the blood of the lowborn human. Oh man. Now I don't actually know how this mechanic works. So let's see if that if that's random or what. Come here. Up. Oh, I love it when the animation screws up like that. Nope. Guess we just can't hold on to their blood now and then. Oh dear. Hope that doesn't bode well for anything. But yeah, welcome to the Nights at Santa Monica. So it looks like we're actually living above a pawn shop now, which is an odd place for a vampire lair. But there you have it. Let's just do our little waltz down the way here. Look at this guy.
Yes, is there something I can, help you with?
I think all the guys who were classed as, upper class, mortal humans in this game, for some reason they all have that accent. I don't know what people with that accent are doing in Los Angeles, but there you have it.
Waiting for that blasted tow truck I called an hour ago. I'd rather not wait another second in this part of town, this time of night. It's a rather dreadful place, don't you think? I should have listened to my mechanic. By German, he said.
Oh, it looks like we have our first dominate option here. This guy's giving us some kind of odd looks, but let's see what this does.
I've suddenly got the urge to walk down that dark and foreboding alley over there. Care to join me?
Now, did that actually make us use blood? Sorry, I'm experimenting with these mechanics a little bit here. Oh, and of course we have to watch this again. So it looks like we're down 1, 2, 3.5 notches.
Yes, is there some... Waiting. I've suddenly...
Yeah, so that did use a whole blood point. But let's see if we can't recoup that. I just noticed he has the same goofy walk cycle we have. Now, I think guys we can feed from like that regain their blood. Actually, I don't know how it works. Does it just happen whenever you change areas? Or does it happen periodically? Yeah, he's back there.
Where is that damn tow truck?
Yeah, we can just make him go back there whenever we want.
I've suddenly... Good God. Don't they have street cleaners around here?
And yeah, he's got all of his blood back too. And his animation didn't play. Well, actually, that means we should have a pretty easy way to regain our blood points, since you just have to change areas. I believe a lot of the trick here is keeping that humanity high, because I believe the way the game works is when your blood meter is low, then you have a chance of randomly attacking people if your humanity is not high enough. But given how edgy this game seems to consider just normal human... given what this game's perception of normal human behavior is, I don't think we'll have too much of a trouble maintaining a sane and healthy attitude. Oh yeah, I forgot, it actually holds on to every quick save you ever make. So we'll have to be careful about that. Guess I'll just delete them if we get too many. Anyways, first thing we want to do is go chat with our pal Mercurio. I guess that must be showing my lack of culture here, but that was like a Shakespeare character, right? Or was it Mercutio? Anyways, he's at the Santa Monica Suites here. This area is in Elysium, meaning everybody is under the protection. Everything in here is under the protection of a powerful vampire, presumably Prince LaCroix right now. Although, in practice, I think it's mostly a gameplay mechanic that prevents you from attacking plot-important NPCs, because I don't think... Yeah, I can't even throw a punch in here. Anyways, yeah, apartment 4. This blood does not bode well for what's beyond this door, but... let's just close the door.
Those mothers ripped me off. I'm dying here.
What? No. I got a record back east. I'm heat day. Don't touch that phone. No goddamn cops. No cops.
Yeah. You looking for the astrolite? I can feel a draft on my fucking insides. They shanked me, the bastards. The blood ain't working no more. My head, it feels cracked. Oh, I think my eyes popped.
Yeah, there's always a dialogue option just to be a asshole, but let's just try and stay with him here.
What is this lump? Is this my rib? Oh, holy shit, my rib is poking through my side? Oh, I'm all numb. You gotta look and tell me.
I love how we have the option to tell him that that's actually his rib poking out or not, but there's no indication of what is the truthful answer.
Goddamn chemist. Can't trust any operators in L.A. I verified him. Organization seem reliable. Guy mixes up speed. His crew sells it. Occasionally does explosives. I set up a drop. I show up at the beach with the money, right? 4 of his guys, they come out of nowhere. Junky pricks hit me with a bat. It feels like I got a friggin' horse kicking it.
I never should have gone alone. Amateur move. I should have handled those pricks. Goddamn dirty Cali rat bastards.
Those cocksuckers beat me rotten, left me for a stiff. Had to crawl to my car, crawl my ass up here. The vamp blood's the only thing holding me together. But shit, they got the money, they got the astrolite.
Vamp blood?
Right. You're straight off the bus. Once a month I get fed vampire blood. Heals me faster. Makes me stronger than a normal human. I don't age. By looking at me, you wouldn't realize it, but I'm almost 60.
Oh, thank you for explaining very neatly and diegetically this gameplay concept. Or I guess more of a lore concept. I love how we can just constantly badmouth this badly wounded man we've barely met.
Those small-time sons of bitches live out in a dump on the beach. 4 or 5 of them. And one's got the explosives is Dennis. Got my money too, that prick.
Laying in a pool in my own blood and you want friggin' directions. Right, alright. Down the street, in the parking garage, stairs down to the beach. On the right. Those better not be some of my last words.
You gotta get it back from him. Maybe reason with him, maybe break in. I don't know. I want to kill him. Do whatever you people do. I blew it, I know.
Yeah, if you could... Oh, something just started leaking. I need something for the pain.
Man, all of our possible dialogue options are like really aggressive here. I've always got one of them. Well, let's be nice and see if we can't help our new friend here.
One more thing. About the deal. I mean it. You tell anyone about this, I'm dead. I'm begging you. I got a way of getting people what they need. You don't say anything, I can help you out.
I love how this quest is called The Pain of Being Mercurio, which must be a reference to like an actual line in the Shakespeare play. So our 2 big quests right now are to get the explosives for him and see if we can't get him some painkillers. Don't think there's anything else worth checking out here. I like the detail of the blood on the wall there, where he turned the light on. Whoa! Bit of an issue with the doors there. I know he said to call EMS, not to call EMS, but I got a feeling our priority should be getting our new pal some medical attention. And fortunately, there's a clinic right here.
Need something, pal?
Who is this guy? Well, we're not looking for someone anymore.
Oh, man, wait! Say that again! There! You... Oh, man! You're a vampire, aren't you? Oh, come on! Oh, man, you are too! Don't bullshit me, man! Just come clean, you know? I mean, oh, man! I ain't gonna tell no one. It's okay, man. I just want to talk.
I have a feeling this guy is an excellent representation of the game's core demographic.
Hell yeah! Oh, man! I knew it! I just... Oh, jeez,
I just noticed he's got a little cartoon vampire face.
Great! And I saw your teeth, and I was like, damn, it was like I could just sense you. The name's Knox Harrington. Pleasure to meet you. Oh, man.
Yeah, this guy I can see choosing the rude dialogue options too, but let's see if we can't open some new quest lines chatting with him. Are you a vampire? How do you know all of this?
Didn't know about any of this stuff until a couple of months ago, when this guy just appeared and, well, all of a sudden, BAM! Whoa, man! Vampires are real and right there in front of my eyes! Blew my goddamn mind.
Now we can ask him what a ghoul is, but basically a ghoul is what Mercurio we've already met is. He's a human who is occasionally given vampire blood, which increases a human's general level of health, gives them a little bit of an edge, and also makes it very easy for vampires to mind control you.
Nope. My new boss has set me up. Well, the way it was explained to me, whenever a vampire lets a human drink some of their vampire blood, the human gains a little vampire power. Can heal up quick and that kind of stuff. Jeez, oh man. Then they're a ghoul and ooh, watch out.
Actually, this guy's growing on me.
Oh man, I really wish I could tell you, but I don't think I'm supposed to. But it's really cool to be talking to you well, because I don't get a lot of chance to talk to vampires. Oh man! Well, other than my master. So I thought I'd just say, what's up? Look, I probably shouldn't tell you this, but I'm on a secret mission for my master. Well, hey! It's been great talking to you, man. But I better be going. Oh, man! Important stuff to do.
Oh yeah, we got another experience point. Can we do anything with that? Oh yeah, it goes into intimidation, it looks like.
No.
I have a feeling we can't intimidate this fella here, though.
What's up, man?
Nice to see somebody with a positive attitude, at least. Hello, do you have anything for horrible mob beatings?
Please, wait your turn and you'll be seen.
Let's see what happens when we dominate.
All right, go on back.
Well, that actually made us spend a little bit of blood, but let's see what happens if we can't just charm our way through.
Please, wait your All right, go on back.
No speak English.
These are some good character models, actually.
Hey, sorry, man.
There's no knob on the bathroom.
Lovely evening.
Didn't I shoot you with the 38 a couple of screens back? So, if we need painkillers, guess we just gotta search.
Please, get a doctor. My insides, it hurts so bad.
Well, I guess we're looking for a doctor now.
If I could only rest for a second. I'm sorry, sir, but you're going to have to wait outside like everyone else. No exceptions. See here now, I'm the only physician here at the moment. We got twice as many people as usual waiting for treatment. I'll look at her as soon as possible. Try to talk to her. Keep her awake. I've got a man in there with a bullet in his head. My nurse paged Dr. Roberts a half hour ago. He'll be here any time. Till then, stay with your friend and make sure she doesn't go into shock. I must go.
Yeah, this is actually a... pretty accurate representation of the medical industry, really.
Can someone call my grandma, please?
Maybe my blood can save you. God, what a great animation.
You... Who are you? Oh, what did you do? What did you do to me?
Voice actor doing a very good job of pronouncing all those stutters and ellipses there.
But you did something. I kissed your wrist. I can feel it inside of me. What did you do?
I'm pretty sure number 2 is... I'm not really getting this whole Masquerade thing, but I think that would violate it.
You... I feel like I know you. Like you've always been here.
There's a worrying expression she's making now. Oh well, I'm sure this is the last we'll hear of her. Oh yeah, did we actually just... Yeah, we just got a whole humanity from that. Advantages of not being an edgelord.
I told you, I will get to you when I can. Please take a seat.
I was just trying to tell you you've got one less patient to worry about, but okay. Now, let's see about stealing us some painkillers. Did we just mysteriously pick that up? Yeah, there they are. Oh, let's see, what do we have here? Lakers. From Fred Dingo. Are you enjoying those Foley sound effects in the background there? Malcolm's office.
Dr. Scott, tell the operator, please. Dr. Scott, tell the operator. Dr. Scott, tell the operator, please. Dr. Scott, tell the operator.
I wonder if some of these are like
Dr. Scott, tell the operator, please. Dr. Scott, tell the operator. Mr. Booth, tell the operator. Dr. Booth,
devs
tell
or
the
something.
operator.
Okay. So there's morphine in here. It needs to be 4, eh? Well, fortunately we can blood buff ourselves.
Mr. Buzz Bell, the operator. Dr. Buzz Bell, the operator.
Bit of morphine here. Panacea, referring to a mythical universal cure.
Dr. Bell, the operator, please. Dr. Bell, the operator. Mr. Buzz Bell, the operator. Dr. Buzz Bell, the operator. Mr. Buzz Bell, the operator. Dr. Buzz Bell, the operator.
Yeah, these are definitely in-jokes among the devs. Well, we got what we came for, and we also found out about the doctor's misdeeds, but I don't think we actually need to do anything with that information.
I told you, I will get to... Get out of here!
Dr. Bell, the operator, please. Dr. Bell, the operator.
Are you trying to blackmail me? Wait now. Deal. But I'm in the middle of something. I'll have to drop it off later. No, never...
Nah, let's undo that. We don't want to be a dick. Just because you're an accursed creature of the night doesn't mean you have to be a jack-off. I didn't actually mean to start lockpicking this, but looks like we can't get in anyways. We can always blood buff our way through those if we need to. Yeah, she'll be alright. Oh hey, I've got 4 viewers. Hello everyone. Oh yeah, occasionally it'll start raining, but look at these excellent low-speed raindrops. Let's let's just make our little, have a little sachet down to Mercurio here.
Holy Christ, I needed that.
All right. Giving this fella some unregulated morphine is a good way to improve our humanity, I guess. Yeah, I think we'll be good on humanity since we're not much of an edgelord. We're the nice Ventru. Anyways, we need to pick up some illegal explosives. I think they said it was at the beach, right? Oh, that's convenient. I think these were like actual goth bands, aren't they? I know a lot of bands of that sort collaborated on this game. I think one of them was Lacuna Coil. I don't know that much about that. Oh.
Faith in humanity.
I gotta say, it's the second worst thing I've ever seen.
Poor bastard down there is torn in two. By the looks of it, you'd think someone tied him to two horses and raced them in opposite directions. What could you have possibly seen that was worse than what's down there?
It was about 3 years ago up in Malibu. Found this guy on the beach. Looked like, I don't know, an animal attack.
Shark bite?
Nah, I've seen shark bites. This was something different. Like whatever killed him knew what it was doing. The head was missing, the hands were missing, and there were these huge slashes, but...
Bullshit.
No. Guy was literally slashed to ribbons. The worst part was I was waiting for the meat wagon, and I felt like something was watching me. I swear on my badge today that there was something just out of sight. For a split second, I thought about running to the squad car and getting the hell out of that place. To this day, it makes me wonder what's really out there.
Maybe it was a werewolf. Woo!
All right.
Or a vampire.
Forget it. See, this is why you didn't get invited to Hernandez's wedding, Ted.
How ironic. Also, I noticed how very nice and purple those cop car lights are. This is a very, what would you call that? Vaporwave tableau. Let's call this dark vaporwave. We're innovating here, people.
Up there. Through that chain link gate and up those stairs.
Okay.
Those men you are looking for. Never mind. You wouldn't understand.
Okay. Huh, what's this? Oh, that doesn't seem safe for me to be carrying around. These are some interesting looking fellas. What's that plugged into? Well, I better avoid that and hopefully not get a copyright strike.
You have been. No, you are going to China. Why is he smiling? The father. Is it the father behind him? You chased it for the one at the top of the city. On the sea. Oh, on the ground. You found it in the crypt. It's open. Oh, it's open. Oh God. Oh God. Run.
If you haven't caught it yet, she is basically just explaining the entire plot of the game in very abstract ways. So just keep this stuff in mind.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I see nothing. Disregard what I say. I don't know what I'm saying. Forget what I say.
Actually, I wonder if we can get her to...
I don't know. Fortune is not your destiny. All of us are unfortunate. Every time I sleep, the future plays out before me. I know the ending. It will end over and over until I cease to dream. I know your questions. For $100, I'll tell you what you don't want to hear. I need money to leave this place. Then ask again. The man on the couch, the lone wolf. All others tread carefully. The crimson sheep. He's not who he says she is, and is going to burn. Dinosaurs. He's furious. The man with the crest. The voice in the darkness. Boss. Chinese brothers. Follow the lights to the end of the tunnel. Where do you want to go? Men, everywhere. Some with swords, some with smiles. But I pity them. You are a remarkable foe. Those with a lot to say usually have something on their mind. There are many unique individuals around the city. It's almost as if they're waiting for you to ask the right thing. E, for example. Don't open it. I see the future, not the past. Whether or not you win the game matters not. It's if you bought it.
Okay, just going completely outside the fourth wall with that one. So from that we learned a lot of mystic stuff, and that Jack and Mercurio are the ones we can trust, which we knew already. So I'm just going to get a refund here.
Evening. I don't know. Talk to E. Guy without a shirt.
Man, we can just be completely rude to this total stranger.
Yeah.
Ocean's inviting tonight.
No.
If you say so.
Ocean's inviting tonight.
Listen, it's like I've told you types about 1,000 times now. We know we can't hunt round here, all right? We're minding our own business. No reason to hassle the weaklings. You mean you ain't here to run us off? We're getting pretty sick of it. Someone citing domain, or in the worst cases, hunting us for sport. Dunno. We all seem to have come down with the same disease. Oh, hell, who am I kidding? We're a bad horror show, alright? We seem to be the runts, the mistakes. You types call us thin bloods. I say we're all equally screwed. I'm damned if I know. Well, I know you don't want to be one. You seem to be in the lead. You tell me. I just come to town for the surf tourney. Seems like years ago, but it's, well, been about 6 months now. Every night during the finals, I used to hit the local diner after the beach parties fizzled out in the AM. That's where I met her. She had a natural beauty. Not like all the plastic dolls littering the sand. Her name was Lily. I remember introducing myself, the way she seemed grateful for the company. Well, a few nights after our meeting, we were on the beach alone. She tried to tell me what she was, but I didn't understand. And so she showed me. I was furious with her when I took it all in. I cursed her and left, never really knowing what I was. Well, I realise now how she must have felt. So here I am now, a mystery to myself.
Everybody says they want a goth girlfriend, but this is what happens when you actually get one?
That's what Lily tried to tell me. But what I don't understand are the rules, and the terms, and the reasons some of them are at our throats claiming we're harbingers of the apocalypse. That's what I want to know.
That's pretty much the experience of everybody playing Vampire the Masquerade for the first time, I'd imagine.
Aye, most of them just recently arrived in LA. Got chased off by the Sabbath or some such thing from their home cities. They're more in the dark than I am. They're a good bunch, but well, they've been through a lot. It's affected them. Clinically, yes. But honestly, I don't know. I suppose I'd have moved on by now if I didn't think she'd show up one of these nights. There's a lot I've got left to say to her. Well, I hope you have better luck than I did. No one's been particularly friendly to me in this city. Only reason we're in Santa Monica is because we haven't been chased out yet. Oh, we'd appreciate it. Oh, before I forget, name's Eve. The black-haired beauty over there's Rosa. Sees the future, so she says. That nervous bloke is Copper. And the one who can't speak so well's Julius. Kid's gloves with them. They've had it rough. Seems no one will talk about it. This all started that night in the diner. Maybe you could start there.
Ocean's invited.
Well, we've met the Thin Bloods. I like the idea that there's this whole cast of vampires who are even more outcast than any others. Don't think we've talked to this guy yet.
Mayhem, bro. Do you know who the head vampire is? If the head vampire dies, we all become human again, right?
Oh, that's what we want the stake for. But no, we're not gonna be a dweeb to this guy.
Oh. But, how about blood transfusions? If I get a full blood transfusion, I can become human again, right? What? Oh, no. There's nothing I can do?
Ah, good persuasion option here.
But how? I don't want this. I want to be human again.
Aw, I love being able to give undead pep talks. I just noticed he's wearing bell bottoms too. Maybe I should have tried to cheat him.
Evening. It's nothing. No, I have a speech problem. Sorry.
I mean, probably a little of both, right? Looks like we can get up to the pier that way, but I believe this is the direction we're trying to go in. And we've got that new quest now, trying to figure out what a thin blood is for our new pals. Our new nerdy dropout loser vampire friends. The saves list isn't getting any longer, so I guess you can only have this many quick saves. Makes me feel better about constantly just paranoidly laying him down. Now they act like this place is like some sort of hovel where drug dealers hang out, but this is some prime real estate. You got a view of the pier and everything here, and you can see out to sea, sort of. Although it does kind of look like we might crumble away into the abyss in any second. Well, let's have a look at this friendly shirtless dude. Last shirtless dude we talked to was a bro to us, so this should be the same, right?
Help ya?
Oh, we can flirt with him. I like the last option, but let's go with this.
Dude, just go in. Ugh. Damn, I want to hurt somebody. Real bad.
These are the guys who hurt our pal Mercurio, though, so I think we need to enact a little vengeance here.
Damn, I want to hurt.
What? Whoops. We appear to have aggroed them all.
Help ya? Okay, you can go on it. And if you really want to make my night, go ahead and start some shit in there, because I would love it. Damn, I want to hurt somebody. Real bad.
I still love our little sachet here. Huh. That looks suspiciously like
come on, man. I was trying new stuff.
Like an early build of the game there.
Come on, man. I was trying new stuff.
Oh man, that's got a difficulty of 10. Oh, and I aggroed all of them. Now we're a Ventru, so I think we want to see if we can't get through this using our social persuasion skills. Now that is some supernatural stuff going on there.
Yeah, you look real good at me. Before we do business, before anything changes hands, I want you to hear this. If you try to cross me, I will fuck you. If you tell the cops about me, I will find you, then I will fuck you. And if you are a cop, I will fuck you and your whole family, including that squirrel in your front yard. Now that we know the terms, what can I do to make you walk out feeling like you just flew first class with a cheerleader in your lap?
Oh, I hope this voice actor got paid a whole lot.
My staff maintains at all times a 24-karat smorgasbord of A-plus narcotics guaranteed to make the competition shit seem like a weak cappuccino in comparison. White, green, blues, reds, black, you pick a color. Explosives? Fun stuff. You can get yourself a lot of attention that way. I may have something. Why would you need to get your hands on some fireworks?
I'm going fishing. This seems most believable.
Sure, okay. I got some stuff that'll do the trick. Astrolite. It's like TNT's bigger, meaner cousin with a prison record. I don't like keeping the stuff around. Too dangerous. So I let you have it for a little less than the going rate. Mercurio? Yeah, we know him. We know Mercurio, don't we? How is our friend Mercurio? Is that a fact, Jack? Damn. I'll tell you what. If you can get out of here without a bullet through your face, I'll let you keep it.
Hey, hold on.
Well, wow, that was some impressive quick draw in there. But Mercurio did say he already paid these guys. Let's see if we can't find that money. It's got a difficulty of 4. Whoop. What is the point of this place, I wonder? Let's see what happens when we blood buff our way through here. That just puts us back here. How does that help?
Girls wear rings.
Not just girls.
Man, there are only 2 kind of guys that wear rings, and I don't remember you winning a Super Bowl.
I'm just saying, dude from the beach could take a beat.
Yeah, I don't think I ever seen a guy get worked like that and not fall apart. I don't like it. I don't care if someone was coming. I think we should have wasted that good fellow-looking mother when we had the chance.
Why? We got his money.
I got a bad feeling. We should have heard ambulances. Someone must have found them.
Hey, see me tonight? I was all like, "Wata!" Did that karate kick on him like Miyagi Sensei and shit.
Yeah? What are you gonna do if that Mercurio dude or somebody comes back for his money? Should have killed him.
Chill, man. Never seen you so damn scared before.
Hey, watch yourself, man. Alright? I ain't scared. I'm sensible. We don't know who that mother was running. Could be the mob or something. I don't know.
The mob? You do know that this is Southern California, right?
Look, all I'm saying is I'd sleep a whole lot better if we'd have flushed that guy. You just deal me some damn cards, all right?
Nah, they didn't say where the money is. Looks like we can kill the power, though.
What the? Dude, who turned off the power? I was just about to unlock Shen
Fix the lights, damn it!
You turn on the power, bitch.
Fix the lights, Get the lights or I'll shove that control up your ass, Al.
All right, man. Shit. Goddamn lights. I look like an electrician.
Well, looks like we get Al's gun too. What? Looks like we can sneak up on him. Let's just hide out back here for a sec. Looks like we auto leveled, but I didn't see what we actually got. Must have been a point in... Actually, I think it was a point in firearms. Alright, let's just play this nice and careful.
Stop, man! Hey, hold it!
That was not very careful. Awful bright in here for a building with no power. Good thing those bodies just sort of vanish.
Kill Dennis.
Oh, they saw me. Actually, I wonder if I can use my trance ability cleverly.
Hey, stop, man!
Hey, motherfucker!
Stop, man!
Oh, it's got a cooldown. Well, let's just do it this way then.
Hey, ow! Ow! Ow!
And fill up with this guy. So that was definitely the superior way to do that. I don't think we even took that much damage there. But now I don't know where they hid the money. I thought we just picked that up, but it actually disappears if you're at the wrong angle. I think this must just be a hiding place, but isn't there something? Let's see here. Yeah, it was supposed to be. As near as I can tell, his cache is supposed to be in that vent. We didn't get it and I didn't notice, did we? Oh. Oh, there we go. Man, can you really buy homemade explosives with $250? That must have been the reason they turned on him. That's not even a month's rent. like the implication that these murderous drug dealers just sort of took a bright and fancy towel down to the beach now and then. Ooh, some odd invisible walls there. I don't remember if we need the morphine for anything else. Well, let's go sell off the rest of this stuff.
Call it in.
Hey. How's it going? You, looking to buy or sell or... You call me Trip. I own this shop. Thanks. You, new to Santa Monica? Beats me. Santa Monica is dead. I don't know why anyone comes out here anymore.
Irony.
Alright, here's what we got today.
Oh yeah, you need... So the skill tomes are one of the more important things in the game. You can use them in order to increase some of your skills for free, but you need a few points in the research skill in order to even tell what the title of the book is, so... Now, we can't just sell this random wooden stake. I guess we'll hold on to it in case it is ever useful. Sell off this watch. Hold on to the morphine, but sell the other pills. And buy this thing. And it looks like we've still got enough to pay Mercurio back. Hey, look at that. We're now a computersman. Which is good, because I don't think you can boost hacking like you can lockpicking.
Thanks for coming back.
You will sell your weapons to me. No, let's try and charm him normally.
You know, you really don't seem the criminal and/or undercover cop type. All right. Come and take a look, then.
Oh, looks like he's got a knife, too. Oh, and another... I guess we can buy multiples of those. I don't think we need a knife yet. like that description, though. Right, let's get this homemade bomb to our new pal. I want to know what whoever that is laughing about. Hey, do you need me to, like, call a maid or something? No?
Yeah? Did you waste those sons of bitches? Good. Great. Hope it was painful. Did you get my money back?
We can still just straight up lie to it and keep the money, but no, this Mercurio's our pal now. The strange, soothsayer told us we could trust him.
Oh, you're a lifesaver. I might have to buy some new kidneys with this. That astrolite? Twice as powerful as TNT. Instant demolition. Be on the other side of the world when you engage that timer. You need to make someplace disappear. A warehouse. Looks to be a Sabbat interest. I heard a lot about that operation. Well, I'd love to get in there. Get my hands on the equipment they've been unloading. But it'd be suicide to walk in there. Got a small army of trigger-happy types and they're all packing. I don't know, maybe, there's a guy. I never met him, but I heard a lot about him. His name is Tongue. Bertram Tongue. He's one of you types. If there's anyone who knows more than me about this city, it's him. Unfortunately, Tongue's hiding out at the moment. Tongue's laying low because of Therese. Therese Vorman, you know her? Anyway, word is Therese and Tongue are feuding. I don't know the details. Mike takes that Tongue thinks he's about to get whacked, so he's gone underground till Therese calls it off. If you want to put that warehouse into orbit anytime soon, you're gonna have to get Therese to call off the feud. She and her sister Jeanette, they run the asylum. Some freaky customers frequent that place. I try not to do business there. She's the woman around here. Power player. Nice looking broad for a dead chick, but personality like stone.
Well, that can be attractive to some people.
Who exactly? Therese I don't like, but I can respect her. Jeanette's different. I don't know what to make of her. She's a little, you know, in the head. I don't know. Therese is, well, like you. And I would think so's Jeanette. But I hear rumors about her.
Let's not listen to those rumors.
Who exactly? I don't know him myself. I'd like to meet the guy. Kind of a local legend. He and Therese seem to be contenders for this city. He's crafty. Smart guy. I haven't heard anything bad about him. Who exactly? What's to tell? I can get anything anyone wants at any time. You could say it's my calling. Till the astrolite. Wasn't anything I couldn't handle. Well, back east some shit went down. Big Apple can't go back. I hate LA, but what are you gonna do? Specifically? Who exactly? Specifically? Guns? Guy named Trip up the street. He keeps a few pieces under the table, but he doesn't sell to anybody. Doesn't have a license. I'll give him a call. He'll sell to you. It's the least I can do.
Cool. Well, the game just opened up a bit, but also got quite a bit more complicated. Sounds like in order to make our new undead masters happy, we're going to have to somehow break into a guarded warehouse guarded by a small army, and plant a bomb in order to destroy the place. But in order to even find out how to get in there, we have to get involved in vampire politics and solve a feud between two local players. And also, let's see, what else did we learn here? We're trying to find out more about what a thinned blood is for our new beach bums. We've got a serial killer down by the pier that we've decided to look into for some reason. And lastly, once we finally get access to downtown, we're going to have a chat with the regent of the Tremere. But that is all for a matter for another time. If you are watching, thank you very much for checking out my stream. I'm obviously still figuring out a lot of stuff, but I'm hoping to have a lot more time to stream in the future, get things a little bit more polished around here, get a consistent schedule. Until then, I hope you have a very nice evening.